Welcome to episode 5 of Rogue Mode 0 to 40, where I'm gonna play from level 0 to level 40 in Rogue Mode in Flight of Nova. I got my controller hooked up. I'm here on the Sky Carrier in the dark side of the planet. And when I left off, I had left 2 space station missions. So let's see how many missions are there now. A lot of times when you load in, it throws you a bunch of new ones. This is like a local mission, but it's self-load, so it's got a reasonable payoff. And then as you can see, I have these 2 space station missions, and what's crucial about these space station missions is they start at a space station, and there's no expiration. So I don't have to go to a land base to do the mission. So the idea behind these missions is that if I go to space to another space station, and then this space station is nearby, then I can fly from that one space station over to this state. Or if I go to this space station, I can now do 2 missions at that space station and bag some extra experience. It's true, but the real reason is to give an excuse to fly from one space station to the next. So here I go. I'm gonna figure out where my target destination is. I started off with the self-load last time and I was really clumsy. Now I've got this Mountain Dew with no bubbles to distract me, so I'll probably be really clumsy again. It's just, you gotta warm up, you know? So we'll see if I can grab this self-load without crashing all over the place. Man, I can't believe that Mountain Dew starts out flat.
DL01, base 163, ground. Welcome. We have you on screen.
Coasting on in. Oh, really blazing. So one key to not being too clumsy is to have that subtlety already in your fingertips, particularly with the throttle when your vehicle is overly powered. But that's just hard to do without a warm-up, so see, I'm already floating way out to the side. Alright, now I need to go, oh, so close. That's a good 3 XP mission. That'll get me leveling up quick. Sure do like these sky cargo missions. I would rank these sky cargo missions as
Skybar Toledo. How are you today?
Some of the better missions in the game. I mean, I really like going to orbit, and so for me, generally speaking, I rank all of the space missions significantly higher than all of the ground missions. But the sky cargo missions are space mission quality missions. Okay, now I gotta grab up some more thorium. That's why it's a 3 XP mission. I gotta do it twice. Way too fast. Oh, I missed. Alright, I've had enough of this. That was sure fucking hard. I blame public performance. Somebody's gonna watch this for sure. That can be the only reason why. I would say 99 times out of 100, I can pick those things up quite a bit more easily than that. First try, just swoop right in. I'm just kidding. 98 times. But this is Rogue Mode 0 to 40. YouTube videos. Season. Rogue Mode. So, you know how it goes. Alright, I'm coming way too hot.
How are you today?
It might have been able to work, but I wasn't going to take a risk. Not after that pickup. The last thing I need is to fail the mission. I mean, who cares, but I'm just trying to get up to that level 40 in as few hours as possible, I guess. Not really, but I don't want to gain extra time on the things that I don't care about spending extra time on. Alright. A good mission and we should get there. Whoa, yeah. Pump M1. Let me see. Do we have a shuttle at this base? 36 kilometers. Do we have a Calum at this base? 36 kilometers. 163. Where's 163? Doesn't matter which one. Let's go get this Calum and fly out to Galdar. Oh, whoops. Greenhouse. Galdar is really high up in the air. I basically would never go from Galdar to a land base. I would just like literally never do it. I would always transfer to another space station. There's like no circumstance where I'd be willing to try to do a re-entry from Galdar in any sort of time window. I mean, I might try to do it, but I wouldn't try to be like, oh, how many kilometers out do I need to be? I just have no concept. Alright, now I guess it looks like it's not gonna mark the ship. It's just marking this middle of the base. So, I see one ship right there. And there's the other ship. So one of these is probably the shuttle and the other one is probably the... Calum. That looks like the Calum right there. Or the freighter. I should take the shuttle. The Calum is a little more powerful. But I should take the shuttle's a little more fun. Alright, now I just need to get over here so that my new ring is not going to interfere with the landing pad. Because that's happened to me before. I'm not sure what happened. Something about I couldn't get onto the landing pad. Yeah, this thing is overpowered. Alright, get some fuel. Alright, so this is a timed mission, which is why I have to accept it instead of trying to save it for later. Because it's just starting at Galdar, so I could just save it, except for the expiration. It's just never going to work. And then we just wait for this launch window. Oh my goodness. I don't know if we're going to make it. That's only 7 minutes. It's a longer flight than that to get to Galdar. Hold on. I can't do that. I can't even make the mission. I could have tried to, if I'd have left right away, fly backwards to it, but I'm not going to do that. I gotta cancel the mission. Look at all that experience I'm throwing away. Oh my goodness. And I could go back into the freighter. And there's another mission. Alright. Is my freighter still there? This is gonna work. get some propellant fuel. I think it's loud. All right, let me refuel. Let me station Alkin. All right, 2 hours. Base 163 is 2 kilometers away. Where's Alkin? Alkin station is getting closer, but I think if I do this vanadium mission, it's only 7 kilometers away. I'll be able to bag that before the Alkin. It'll take a little bit more game time, but not that much, and I'll just grab this experience real quick. Look, the sky barge is right there. Where is it? I gotta clear that waypoint. Actually, at 5,000 kilometers out to Alkin Station, man, I could almost leap from a sky barge. Wouldn't that be fun? I wonder how long I'd have to wait, because there's no launch window.
Raider TL01, Skybarge Toledo. We've got eyes on you. Welcome.
Oh, way too fast. Way too fast. Station Alkin, pick up copper, base 163. I gotta go down and go to the base first. Flat soda, fresh from the store. Oh, look, I popped the seal. Wonder if they drugged it. Maybe there's methamphetamine in there. Fentanyl. If there's fentanyl in there, I'm gonna trip. I'll be like that Bigfoot. Them Bigfoot videos that's been coming out on the YouTube. Alright, I want to turn around over here. I better get here sometime in the next 2 hours. Yeah, it's giving me 2 hours here, but for Galdar, which is like 1,000 miles away up in the sky, super slow orbital rotation, super slow orbital period, you get way less time. That's not fair. Am I on a mission? Oh no! Is this candy? Well, I think I even get a waypoint because it's Alkin Station is a nice low altitude station. go. Cruising for a space station where I already got a mission out there. That means I'm gonna get out there and get a reasonable experience boost. And then I already saved a mission to that station from before, which is another reasonable experience boost. Not as good as they come. That Galdar would have been better. .185 FOXs. There we go. Cruising for Alkin 188. Some fruit vitamin pills. Some water. Some Oreo cookie white chocolate mix. Alright, so at about 120, that's when the air density problem pretty much goes away. So that's when I like to set my burn attitude and kill my rotation. You have some slight rotation when you come out of the atmosphere, but actually I think that's because you kind of come out of the air friction and the vehicle doesn't actually fly perfectly straight. The foiling, it actually causes it to give you some gradual change in trajectory, and then you end up with once you get to space, you end up with a slight tumble. It's very slow. Alright, Alkin's popping into within that 400 kilometers. It looks like I'm not lined up with the east-west here. I'm at Leto 2.1. I'm gonna need to burn to the south a little bit to catch this thing. Coming up on the burn here. I guess I'm gonna hit that burn at 200 kilometers. 200 kilometers out, I'm gonna go for the burn. Alright, here we go. Engage. Oh yeah, I need to go way more south. Whoa, I'm really coming in hot.
We have you on approach.
All right. I think I'm gonna start my burn right about now. Right, that is an obvious landing pad.
TL01.
And you know what that means.
You are all set to dock.
First, we gotta go to the dock port. Where's the dock port? I saw a dock port like right over here. Let's go to this one. So I just can't get enough docking to the dock port, you know? And so what that means is there's a ship on that dock port. Oh my goodness. We're not going to that dock port. That's an occupied dock port. So this is where I get mad about when I make undesirable extinctions of time on other missions, because I'm gonna extend the mission time no matter what. I don't know if I'm gonna make this brakes. There we go. Because I'm gonna do this, go to the dock port first every single time, it's actually gonna make it quite a bit longer of a playtime to go from 0 to 40. But I don't want to compromise my most favoritist part of the game. You know? I mean, this is what I'm playing the game for. You know? I'm not here to see the number 40. I can see that anywhere. I can write it down. I can type it. Like, I can see the number 40 all kinds of ways. But docking to the dock port doesn't happen that many different kinds of things you do, you know? Alright. Where am I going? Actually, come to think of it, you don't actually see the number 40, yeah? Because once you're at 39, when you hit 40, it doesn't level you to 40. It just goes to the end of 39. But I mean, I can still see the number 39 just by writing it.
Docking
we are. All right. So my math wasn't very good. I'm not going to be able to do that Alkin Station mission if I got to re-enter before I can pick up another mission. All right, here we go. So much for passive re-entry, folks. We're just gonna get a little ways away from this station. We're gonna start burning in. And then we're gonna hit the brakes. Alright, so 1,000 kilometers out. We are not going to make a passive re-entry. It's just not going to happen. So actually, I think I can justify hitting that brakes right now. We're just going to burn our velocity all the way down and then fall down into the atmosphere. There goes Alkin. Alright, I got to chill on this thrust a little bit. Now that's how you're supposed to do it. A lot less elapsed time. This might get a little hot. Nope, I think we're good. way out in the sticks right now. This region hasn't been particularly well developed. So these buildings, these rectangular buildings, these are like the original buildings from the earlier phases of the development of the game. So by now there's like more buildings and different shapes of buildings and stuff. I mean, these are all still there. I mean, they're good buildings. But there used to be like only this. Every base looked like this, and that was it. I mean, if you think about it, these are enormous buildings. It's perfectly adequate. Oh, crap. You gotta pay attention. I definitely thought something else was about to happen. Well, now how far is my destination? Where is it at? Now it's going away from me. Alright. In that case, we're going to a dock port. We're going for a bone stock standard re-entry. Unless there's another station. I don't think so. Uh, 3,000. That might be my best, closest option. I'm gonna be right back. Alright, rogue mode 0 to 40. You know, I'm not happy with Vinton, Baleo, Indira. Getting closer. Yep, Vinton, Baleo is the only one that's going to be getting me close. Wait. I'm gonna crash again. Man, my planning is crazy. All right, let's go get that fucker. Man, what's going on in this place? How's my vector? Not too bad. Just enough time for a little correction. Work on that dog leg. All right, now I don't want to slow down that much because I'm late to the party. So I'm gonna give it some juice, but I'm only gonna go down to about, yeah, less. And then I really gotta come to I gotta slow down a lot in a very little time. So you see my velocity is ticking down there. I gotta lose a lot of velocity. Getting real hot. I don't want to gain too much altitude. I think at the end of this mission, I'm going to have to end the episode. Looking at the time. Maybe I'll record another episode. I crashed a lot, though. I'm not sure if we're going to make 7. See, I'm right there in overshoot territory right about now. Hopefully I don't explode in a fiery fireball from this. What's my temp? Oh yeah, it's not too bad. Man, that would be 3 tries in a row with the Fernola. Here we go. Pulling the same maneuver that got me killed last time. But you know what they say, second time's the charm. I'll just go ahead and rotationalize my way in here. Max throttle still dropping like a rock. Alright, fellas. That was the worst bit of flying this side of Indira. But I don't even know how I was crashing all those times. But it's 1 hour into the video, and I'm gonna have to bring that to a close. Let's see if I made level 7. I don't have any more chocolate bar. Level 7. So at least we got something out of all that. So not good, but at least we got something out of that. So that'll be it for Rogue Mode 0 to 480.